I'm the owner and driver of the 2013 clinical racing Bentec Dragon Class 2000 truck. We're out here at the Moore race at Glen Helen doing the GG Lighting Freedom Cup. Class 2000's factory frame rail, steel cab, and leaf springs. Your front suspension needs to mount off the factory frame rail. Engine's open, and other than that, it's kind of up in the air on what you could do, but it's definitely considered one of the limited truck classes out here at the races. Originally, I bought the truck in 2007 with 36,000 miles on it. Started as a 2005 GMC Canyon Z85 SLE, two-wheel drive, and it's progressively turned into what it is now. It's gone through many different stages. It's gone from the fiberglass with a tube upper control arm and a small coilover up front to the first generation of the long travel kit to long travel leaf springs into the back, and then it just progressively got to the stage that it's sitting at now. Back in 2015, became an editor for an off-road magazine. Truck became a project vehicle for the magazine. Was able to talk to a lot of companies, exchange editorial content for parts, and it really progressed and pushed the build faster than I thought it was going to. And then it got to a point where it was, man, we can go racing. Like, we're here, why not go show the parts that we're putting on are the best parts out there, not just an article saying that they're the best. Why don't we go out and go show that the companies that we're working with are the best parts out there? There's been a couple stages of the truck. I think the first time putting a lift kit on the truck, just starting to see that progression and the little things that you could do to the truck make a big visual appearance difference to it. Going more off-roading more, you start going towards more of the performance side of stuff. So I still remember putting the tube upper control arm on with an 8-inch 2.0 coilover and thought it was the greatest thing in the world and thought it handled everything better than anything out there. I put the long travel kit on and that blew my mind. And it just continued to now where we're running a custom J-arm long travel kit with 4.0 bypasses up front, and it's like riding on a couch. It's still unreal to think that that's my truck, something that I've worked with and been a part of every stage of the build. It's not something I've just dropped off at a shop and picked up in a couple weeks. It's super satisfying to be able to see and know where the truck came from and to where it's now, and talking to people and showing them what the truck started as. I think that's the biggest gratification out of all of it. Hey, it started as a bone stock truck. It didn't start halfway built or anything like that. I've been doing this since it was bone stock, and now it's what it is. Even in the beginning when we first started, it was extremely frustrating where we'd show up to a race, all the time and effort in the shop getting the truck ready to go out there, and all the money too to get out and entered in the race, and we'd go 5 miles and break, and we'd have 2 months to go do it again, and we come back out, we'll 19 miles. It starts beating you down when you're not finishing to get that gratification for going out there. When we started, it wasn't even about winning. It was just, hey, let's go out, have a good time, go have fun. But when you start breaking and you're not finishing and not putting laps down, it starts beating you up. But we took that and used it to our advantage and started going and looking at, hey, where can we make upgrades to get the truck to finish? What can we do to make the truck last a desert race? It was 2 years ago this race, we finished our first lap and we were stoked. We finished a 4-mile lap. Didn't matter if it was 4 miles, 100 miles. We finished our first lap in the truck. And from there, we knew that the changes we were doing were getting us to finish. Halfway through our first season, we were approached by Bentec to come on board as one of their team drivers and a sponsored truck. And since then, this is now the second full year that we've been on board with them, going into our third year. It's been a great relationship. We just actually got back like a month ago from Wisconsin to go actually out to go see their facility and go spend Memorial Day weekend out there with them. This relationship's just grown. It's been able to push the truck farther, and we've been able to make new improvements and upgrades to be able to get the truck faster and more reliable and be able to finish races and get to where we are. Within the last 3 races, we've had 3 podiums. As of right now, we're leading our class in points, and we're finishing 150, 200-mile desert races, and the truck's ready to go to the next race. But as soon as we finish, we're not braking like we used to. at the end of the day, if we're coming out here and we have friends come out and families are out, if we're not having fun doing this, just pack it up and go home. That's the whole reason why we come out to these races. Yes, it's centered around a truck and all that, but everyone knows that comes out. We have a group family vacation camping every other month throughout the year. And I think for all of us breaking away from our day jobs and stuff like that, we can rely on, hey, it's a race weekend. Yes, it may be a little stressful and stuff getting to the race, but knowing once we're out there, we have a great time, we enjoy it, and that stress of getting there is gone. Our car count is higher than it has been in years past. Even when we first started coming out, we kind of came out as our own group. The first race we ever did, we stayed in a hotel. We didn't even camp because we were so new and didn't know what to expect. And now it's progressed to where we've got a fifth wheel. Everyone else brings their RVs out and stuff, and we hang out. It's not just our group that comes out to hang out. We've teamed up and made friends with other racers in our class, and we pit together, we camp together, we hang out at night around the fire together. And it's really built a camaraderie around the class and the trucks to help propel all of this stuff. Even the last race we were pitted next to someone, and even had another team reach out to us and was like, hey, I have one pit guy showing up. Would your guys mind helping us when we come into pit? Absolutely. Obviously, we come in together. Your truck second, we're getting taken care of first, but another truck had broke down that we were pitting with too, and their guys came over and helped both teams. There was the last race last year, a guy in our class who was in front of us was broken down and was making a hand signal, and we thought he needed water because they were stopped and it was in a sketchy part, so we had stopped, and he actually needed oil and transmission fluid. He hopped in the back of our truck where our spare stuff was, took it out, and we kept going. He ended up being able to finish his lap, but we stopped for a guy in our class who's ahead of us in points and winning, like ahead of us in the race, and it's just what you do out there. I think more of the grassroots classes have that more camaraderie with them. I think when you start getting into the higher tier classes, I think that kind of starts to go away and everyone kind of sticks to their own team and stuff like that. But I think the grassroots guys, it's all guys that are building the cars in the garage with their buddies on the weekend that are coming out that have that same mentality that, like, you need this? Okay, cool, I have it, here, take it. Don't worry about it, we'll figure it out later. Like, get back out in the course and let's go have fun. There's classes out there for things that you just need to go look and research and see, and it's a lot easier to get into racing if that's something that you want to do, as long as you've got the roll cage and certain other safety criteria. All the suspension and stuff's bolting to the factory locations, and there's stuff out there to get you out there racing if that's what you want to do. Coming in for this class in this series, it's about $600 a race. Our showcase race is the last race of the year in December, and that entrance fee goes up a couple $100, but we actually have a purse and a payout on that race. So you podium and they do a whole bunch of giveaways and prizes and stuff like that for the class. If you're looking to follow and keep up to date with everything that we're doing throughout the race here, you can find us on all the social media platforms at Clinical Racing, our website, clinicalracing.com, YouTube channel, Clinical Racing. We're out there, we're posting, and be sure to chime in.